Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Monday, May 13th, 2024, 6:22 a.m., whatever time zone I am, Mountain Time, 8:22 Eastern. I'm in a great mood. I'm happy. I got my protein smoothie kicking. Life is good. Everything but Schwab. Schwab can take a flying leap. You know where? It's horrible. Why they gotta make our lives so hard? I tell my kids, do not whine. And I have found myself totally whining this morning and pouting about Schwab. I cannot find my market internals layout, But I'm just going to be aware of that and watch my trading and don't go off the rails, the normal stuff. Don't get crazy. Let's go, Hammered. I'm still setting up a chart over here. Lord have mercy. I love trading. I love my job. I love everything about it. The technology part sometimes just totally kicks my booty. And it's okay to admit that. It's all right. I'm going to conquer it. I don't have any quit in me, so there you have it. Good morning, Shake and Bake, KK. My friend Tom, Greg, 1. Hey, Night Truck. I hope you are well. Chris, Rachel, Casey, Topher, Gugster, 99 Slacker, but a yacht ain't one. Sorry. Hey, Jill. Hey, Nugget. I started singing Jungle Boogie in my head, Nugget, when you wrote that. Hey, Paula. Thanks so much, Rob. Mal, Leslie, Adrian, Omar, Hammered, EB, Success. Hey, Wave. My mom is the one that has cancer, and she's done with stem cell transplant. She's tiny. She doesn't want to eat, but overall, we're just blessed to have her, and everything's fine. And I had a great Mother's Day. It was the best I've ever had. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day, all you moms out there. And you dads, I hope you treated the moms of your children, whether you are with them or not. I hope you treated them well, or your actual mom. Hey, Danny Cowman. Hey, Ray. Y'all have any chart requests? Let's get me warmed up and get me to stop pouting about Schwab, all right? Let's get into the happy mood that I'm in. Which article or video explains follow-through? One-liner. I don't know that we have a specific video in our educational videos for TCG members, which we do have an educational roadmap now for TCG members. If you want to find that, Dan has posted it in chat. It's on our website. But follow-through, it is very specific to each ticker. So let me think of one that I saw this morning. Shoot. Is it XLF 4188? Okay, this is a good one. 4188 that's a great question, by the way. I get that question a lot. I think it's a great question. And everyone in TA would love everything to be very objective. But there are some parts of TA that are subjective, and it's art. It's left up to your own interpretation. So XLF, it hit 4191 on Friday. And the April 9th, it hit 4188. So it broke bull by 3 cents. Do you think that is a bull break of that level? I don't think so. I don't think that's a bull break. 3 cents is not enough on an almost $42 instrument. Now, if this was a dollar instrument and you broke bull by 3 cents, that's different. So the amount that you break is relative to what the instrument cost. And I just try to think of it in very minor percentages. So let's just say 0.2, 0.3%. That's not really a big break to the downside or to the upside. You want to see more convincing break. This is not convincing for me at all. So you could top fish 41.91 at open. Now the market's green. I don't think that's the move to make right now. But when you have just a very asymmetric risk, clear setup. Here is the resistance. Here's where my stop is, 41.93, let's say, and I'm going to risk 5 cents to try to get 25 cents. That works for me. I like that risk to reward. Okay. Thank you, Tammy girl. I hope you had a great Mother's Day. Hey, Al, Danny, Cowman, Ray, Sam. Cannabis. She would never take cannabis in her life. She's never had cannabis or alcohol in her whole life. Hey, Hammer, Chris. Okay, Wave. Game is on my list. Don't you worry. Shop has been beat the heck up. CBOE volatility is up 637. But when I see that, I go look at VIX futures because I think we had rollover. And look at VIX futures. It's not up tremendously. It's still down. I think this VIX that we look at, VIX, is up 6%. That looks like a contract rollover issue. I am not counting that as valid today. All right. OKLO. Looks like they had a heck of a day on Friday, and they're up 8%. At this point, it's a dead cat bounce. That's not a convincing bounce here. You could get up to 1206 and still be a 4-hour bear flag. Of course, if you're a bear, you don't want to see that. That's too big of a bounce. But there's relief bounces, and you always have to ask yourself here, when you have a bounce after a huge drop, ask yourself, is it real bull buying? Or is it just bears covering? If you're newer to trading, this was, maybe I'm just blonde and I didn't get it, but it was pretty hard for me at the beginning to understand shorts and how they have to buy to cover. And what did even shorting mean? It took me, I'm not even going to tell you how long it took me to figure it out, a few months. But bears have to cover. If they shorted up here at, let's say, $14 and they get down to $8, they got $6. What is that, 40%? They got a huge profit. And when they cover, it bounces because they have to buy to cover. So I don't see this volume-wise or the amount of the bounce as any real bull buying. It's probably just bears covering, and bears covering equals dead cat bounce. That's what, when people say dead cat bounce, that's what they mean. They just mean this isn't a real bounce. This is not bulls having this huge appetite in OKLO. This is just bears covering. Sorry if I beat that dead horse, but I can already tell it's going to be a soapbox type of week. Good morning, Alnick. I'm ready to go. Let's go. All right. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Lori, Chart Gal Lori. That's who I am. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 6:25 a.m. my time to 6:50 a.m. That is from 8:20 a.m. to 8:50 a.m. Eastern. I do the pregame show. I go over indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. If you want to give me a follow on X, that'd be lovely. At Chart Gal Lori, I show you my table, which we're definitely still leaning more bullish than bearish. DAX is currently red, and I see a potential 4-hour head and shoulders in RSI that I'll show you, but overall things are looking bullish. I have Queen of the Mountain trades, which are just trades that I find higher conviction level than others. And we'll go over those, and I'll share those with TCG members, my notes, when I am done. All right. Dollar is rolling over pretty big. That is great for the markets in general. That's just a general statement, not always. Okay, let's look at this 4-hour RSI here. Dang it, Nugget. I have got Jungle Boogie stuck in my head now. Let's see what you've done. I'm just kidding. We have potential head and shoulders in RSI. I do not take trades based on RSI alone. I want confluence. I want price to back up what I see in RSI because price is more important. 4-hour looks like a healthy potential bull flag. All right. But when I zoom in to the 2 hour, this looks like a potential diamond bearish reversal pattern. Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, and then we're just doing this little dribble up. So this looks like a head and shoulders here in RSI, and this looks like a diamond bearish reversal pattern, all right? I just want to point that out. QQQ is very similar, very similar. You've got head and shoulders. You could make the argument in the 4 hour RSI. You can see it in the 2 minute, and you've got a potential diamond bearish reversal pattern. However, as long as this 12 EMA is supporting price like it is a baby mama, like it is sending child support every day, the 12 EMA is supporting price. It is in there with the fight, okay? It is supporting price. I am just in a mood. Wow. Sorry, y'all. Support 1827375. 12 EMA is supporting price. As long as that's the case, bulls are large and in charge. Yeah, Lisa, I got game. Well, I got game. If you don't play basketball, I got some game. But I have game on the Queen of the Mountain. I will definitely be going over it. Look at RTY. What's the most likely scenario with RTY? Lower high. And look at this, y'all. Potential head and shoulders in RSI. So of our 4 big indices, the Russell looks the weakest. I think you could look for a top fish on that. So that's 2096. I'm going to set an alert for 2092. That I may top fish it with futures. We'll see how the day goes. And I've got to get comfortable with my platform. If you are not comfortable with Thinkorswim and Schwab, let's say you were part of that transition this weekend, and you're not still feeling like everything is in its place, then pump the brakes on your trading. Most of us are not traders on a prop floor that have to trade every single day. We get to pick and choose when we trade. So if this isn't your day, if you had a long weekend, if you imbibed yesterday on Mother's Day, or you just can't figure, you're under the weather, whatever it is, just kind of pump the brakes a little bit. So Russell, I like for a short. All right. Dow is very healthy. The Dow is up here testing 39718. We have a double top right now, but y'all look at this squeeze. Dow bulls came to play. We are right up here at 39718. That would be a bull break, and we have a squeeze. I'd look for follow through, and then I'd back off the Russell short idea. Do you see how I did that? So if Dow is taking us higher and rotation is in this area, I'm not going to play bear on a sister future. I'd rather just look for a bull pullback. All right, there's Hang Seng right there, was up 0.8 overnight. DAX is currently down 0.27. Let's look at the economic calendar. We got nothing, honey. Let me do the 1 and 2 just so you can see, because I think we have Fed speak today. Oh, Lord. Clear. I just did that. United States, 1, 2, 3. All right, now. So we have Jefferson speaking in 24 minutes, then Mester, New York Fed, 1 year consumer inflation, 3 month, yada, yada. Tomorrow we have PPI, and I'm going to get louder. And Wednesday we have PPI, CPI. That will be a big day, Wednesday, May 15th. Next week we have NVIDIA, just another FYI. Your competition's not hungover. That's right, Shake and Bake. Oh, that dad gave me the funniest laugh with that video. Pretty funny. All right. Okay. So we got a lot of Fed speak this morning. Just be aware of that. It can make the market jumpy. Okay, we got a bull break. Bull break on Dow. Bitcoin is bullish. We got a potential hourly bull flag. Bulls want to see it over 63470. 63470. Bulls want to see a bull break over that. So Bitcoin is a risk-on asset, saying, hey, if we're buying Bitcoin, it's game on. It's risk on. Ethereum is green, but not as green as Bitcoin. Dollar is red. That's good for the overall market, but I don't know what the story is. They're not always inverse. We can't write it down like a Bible that every time the dollar is down, gold is up, or every time the dollar is down, market is up. It doesn't work like that because there are other underlying principles or things at play. So right here on gold, I would say 2 hours to clear. So we have a potential 2-hour bear flag on gold. Gold did not get the message that dollar is weak. Dollar has just broken support here. On the 4-hour, we just broke support to the downside. Gold is not getting the message, and we have a potential 2-hour bear flag. Be careful with gold, because on your next bounce, you're just looking for a 4-hour lower high here because of the size of this pullback. Oil. Okay, I think I can delete all that. We are looking for a 4-hour lower high on oil compared to 79.96. That may be a good top fish today. Let's see. Is it showing any signs of weakness? No. 78.93. 78.93 double top. If we lose 78.74, that could be a good top fish setup looking for the 4-hour lower high. Apple. Apple's gapping up. So TCG members, I did the whiteboard like I do every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And if you go read what I wrote about Apple, at the time we were slight green open shaping up near Friday's high. Well, at this point we're gapping up. So gap rules apply. So as long as bulls are holding 185.09 as their support, this is bullish. All right. ARM got bullish news. By the way, gap rules apply. As long as they're holding the high of Friday, it is bullish. What was the other gap rules? Microsoft. Apple, ARM, and Microsoft are all gap rules. Microsoft is gapping up huge over Friday's low, $2.30. Over Friday's high, my bad, sorry. So gap rules, as long as we're holding the high of Friday, this is a bullish setup. All right, so Apple, ARM, and Microsoft, gap rules. Amazon. Amazon is not gapping up. This could be, let's see, is it better on 2-hour? This could be a 2-hour bear, head and shoulders, or 4-hour here on Amazon. We're opening up in the middle of Friday's range. I would say this looks weaker than the other names. Yeah, we're looking for a lower high compared to Friday's high on Amazon. Nvidia, we're not gapping up. We're opening up closer to the high than we are the low, but we could get an inside day on Nvidia with the size of Friday's range. Tesla, we're still below the hourly EMAs. I just think of Acon, Convict, what is it? Smack that? Yeah, they're just smacking the bulls left and right every time they touch the 12 and 26 EMA. That is the character of the chart. And until that changes, we're not going to be able to find that weekly high or low that bulls want to see. We need to see a change in character. You're right, silver is running higher, Martin. It looks way better than gold. Way better. Okay, ARM, we did that. Gap rules. Okay, game. So Roaring Kitty, or whatever his name is, he came out and tweeted. He hasn't tweeted in 3 years, I believe, is what Joey said. I know it's been a while from the last. So that, I think that was January 2020 when we started that game thing. Squeeze. Yeah, his first tweet in 3 years. So Kitty, the altcoin, is running. And then we have game is running and pre-market 37%. I would not be an eager beaver bear on this at all. I would only play game bullish, only. And then you're going to have to pick a mark. It's either going to be the 2-minute 12 EMA, the 5-minute 12 EMA, or if you have the Trade Keeper indicator, you could just turn that on and say, okay, as long as there's green dots below price, on the 5 minute, I'm going to stay in long. And you pick a spot. To me, it kind of reminds me of, when you were taking the driving test, or at least they did in Louisiana, you pick a benchmark and you say, Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Okay, then you're tailgating someone, you pick a benchmark. That's what we need to do in trading. We don't need to waffle on these little 1 and 2 minute gyrations in price. We need to pick a benchmark and say, that's it. This keeps me in the trade, or this triggers me out of the trade. I don't know if that made any sense, but it made a lot of sense to me. Meta is weak comparatively. We have potential 4-hour head and shoulders. Let's see if you can see it. There, and you can really see it on the 2-hour. You can see it on the 2-hour. So Meta would be on my list to short. We talked about Microsoft, gap rules apply. And then finally, Netflix. We are looking for a weekly lower high. Do you see how obvious that is? A weekly lower high is the more likely scenario. It doesn't mean it will happen, but it's definitely the more likely scenario. Okay, there are 224 concurrent viewers, and then there are only 68 likes. If you could hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. When I drop the Thursday, Friday shows and just provide the Queen of the Mountain and Med Table to TCG members only, the viewership has gone down and the algos don't like me anymore. So if you like me, hit the like button. Or more importantly, if you are finding value in the show. So Netflix is a weekly lower high. I saw a PLTR request. I still have a few minutes that I can do this. Okay, they had a terrible candle on the weekly. They had earnings last week. 2033 is your support. 2033 and 2050, you got a double bottom. You're bouncing from that area. I think you could look for a possible long compared to 2033, but that's a bearish engulfing candle that needs to be confirmed this week. Bears have momentum right now. Kava. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. I do. I've made some changes in my life the last few weeks to better my health and better my mental health and emotional health. So I am really putting in the work. I'm so glad that you can see it, because I want to be my best for my family, my kids, and y'all too. Okay, Kava is running. We are not over Friday's high, 35 cents below Friday's high. This is a back burner. This thing is on fire. I would look for 5 15-minute oversold bounces. And remember that we're still on a back burner day. We're at 132. 132 says back burner day. So if you have any names that surged on Friday, you can look for those for possible continuation. DXYZ. Oh, Peter Thiel sold a chunk. Okay. DXYZ. Well, hell, this looks bad. Potential daily bear flag. You do have a 4-hour squeeze, but higher highs without follow through, I'd be looking for that bear flag. This doesn't look good. AYRWF. TED, I did arm already. It's gapping up. Gap rules apply. They announced they should be making AI chips as early as next year. This one is a marijuana name that's just not getting the memo that some names have been bouncing. Double top at 345, 346. I would treat this. Let me see if I can tighten this up a little bit for clarity. So at higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We're just tightening up here on the 2-week. On the daily, 225, 228 double bottom that has to hold. I need to learn how to type. They had earnings. They had a spike that got sold off. Yeah, that spike on earnings was very short-lived. They've given it all back, and they're back near their pre-earnings level. So I'd be careful on this one. Yeah, that's a big upper wick. Bulls are struggling here at the daily 50 MA. Eesh. Oy vey. 74.45 and 75.11. That's your next level, 74.45. It looks pretty bad this morning. It's slightly green, but bad. Okay, crowd, I'd be looking for a weekly lower high. Look at that daily candle with the upper wick. We're over the 50 MA. Let's see what crowd bulls can do. But a weekly lower high compared to 365 is the more likely scenario. You're welcome. You're welcome. Woke up last night at 2 a.m. with text from Bank of America saying somebody was charging stuff to my debit card, and they went to town last night. I'm so grateful for Bank of America notifying me, and I could stop some of it. Now I have to wait for 48 hours to get some of the money back, but pretty bad. Okay, Walmart looks wonderful. This is a beautiful daily squeeze, and we're above the daily 50 MA. Yeah, this looks good. Gap rules apply. As long as you hold the high of Friday, you have an hourly squeeze and a daily squeeze. I really like this daily chart. Probably a monthly bull flag. Yeah, monthly bull flag, double inside bars. Looks great. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to turn this stream off and kick on the next stream where I'm going to bring the energy for TCG members, and I'll be live for about an hour, 15 minutes or so. And I will answer any chart requests you have. I get them all answered. And I appreciate you being here. Hit the like button. Give me a follow on X, and TCG members, don't forget about that educational roadmap that's now on the website. And it kind of just walks you through the order in which you could do the videos that would be most helpful. All right, y'all use stop losses.